Every 5 years, the American Diabetes Association publishes an economic cost report assessing the financial burden of living with diabetes in the United States. The latest report was published in November of 2023. It found that in 2022, the total annual cost of living with diabetes was $412.9 billion. This is an alarming number. So today I want to break down the individual cost of living with diabetes. First, if you aren't a subscriber yet, I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe if you like learning natural ways to prevent and heal health issues. And if you want to be the first to know when I post new content, turn on notifications as well. Approximately 90 to 95% of the 30 million Americans with diabetes have type 2 diabetes. On average, people with diabetes incur annual medical expenses of $19,000. This means that on average, people with diagnosed diabetes spend 2.6 times more on their health care than people without diabetes. And the longer you live with diabetes, expenses tend to go up based on complications you experience and the additional health issues that develop. So I want to go over the most common costs of having diabetes. If you take insulin to control your diabetes, it can cost anywhere from $175 to $220 for one vial. Now, depending on how many vials you use, if you have insurance and how much your insurance covers, the cost of insulin can be very different from person to person. And if you use an insulin pump, that can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000. And then around $200 a month for the required disposal, reservoir, and infusion sets. Now let's talk about blood glucose monitors. For diabetics using a blood glucose monitor that requires lancets and test strips, the monitor itself can be anywhere from $20 to $100. The test strips average about $100 for a month's supply, and the lancets are around $100 to $150 for a month's supply. But again, if you have insurance, it may be covered. A lot of diabetics are now opting for a continuous glucose monitor. This type of monitor checks your blood sugar continuously throughout the day, but it comes at a much higher cost. The Dexcom G7 CGM retails for $384 a month, and the Freestyle Libre 3 costs around $315 monthly. Some insurances approve both of these monitors, but can still have significant out-of-pocket costs. Another aspect of diabetes management is regular doctor's visits. Most type 2 diabetics will see their provider every 3 months to check A1C levels, cholesterol levels, kidney function, foot exams, and eye exams. And these visits are fairly affordable based on your insurance coverage. On average, diabetics spend around $66 on office visits. Medication is another common way to manage diabetes. Type 2 diabetics with insurance who can manage their condition without insulin spend about $90 on oral diabetic medications each year. But if blood sugar can't be controlled with simple medications like metformin, the provider may add other medications and eventually insulin to control it. On average, diabetics that need multiple medications or at least one insulin spend about $560 annually. The longer you live with type 2 diabetes, the better chance you'll have of developing other health issues as a result. Chronic kidney disease is a common complication of diabetes, which means you may eventually need dialysis. Dialysis care for privately insured patients with kidney failure is about $19,000. Glaucoma is another common condition related to diabetes. If diagnosed, an ophthalmologist may prescribe special eye drops to help reduce eye pressure and perform special eye exams. A monthly prescription for these drops can cost anywhere from $7 to $324. And diabetics are much more likely to develop heart and cardiovascular disease. Chronic high blood sugar damages blood vessels, leading to cardiovascular disease. This includes heart disease and stroke. A wide variety of prescription drugs for the treatment of heart disease can add additional costs as well. There are so many complications of diabetes that can add to the cost year after year. The disease affects every organ in the body if not healed. So if you have been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, the best way to save yourself a lot of money and prevent further health issues is to focus on keeping your blood sugar in a healthy range through lifestyle habits. At least 80% of your diet should be whole, unprocessed foods. Make sure you are getting movement every day to help control blood sugar. And test your blood sugar often to see what foods and activity your blood sugar reacts well to. Also, if you are wanting to heal your type 2 diabetes so you don't have to depend on expensive medications and treatments, please visit my website, Nutriholic.com, to find out how I can support you with that. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next week with a new video.